I've seen lots of solutions to the problem of making a spiral staircase on YouTube, and some of them are complicated and involve IPO curves. Some of them require Bezier curves, but there's a very simple way using an array modifier, which I hope to show you. So on this level of my file, I have created an object which represents one step. So one step, which is a deformed cube, is attached to a cylinder, which is the central column about which all the steps will rotate. And there's a smaller cylinder which will be the connection to the next step up, as you'll see later. Looking from the front, you can see the relative heights of things. And this is the other view. So going to home, you'll see that I've set this over the origin, the 0, 0 point. It just makes things easier. And I have set the cursor right at the same point, the middle of the pivoting of the pivot point for this whole shape. And first thing I'm going to do is to add an empty at that point. So Shift A, empty, and we'll just call it empty. And make sure that when you add it, the rotation is 0, 0, 0, the scale is 1, 1, 1. And also you must have the same thing for your object, otherwise you'll get into big trouble later on. So the object is also 0, 0, 0, scale 1, 1, 1. Okay, having selected the object, I'm going to add a modifier to it. A modifier is an array modifier, and the default is to move it an x distance away. That's the relative offset, but I'm going to turn that off. And I'm going to make sure that there is a constant offset, because as the steps rotate, they will increase in their z position. So constant offset. I'm just going to not be too accurate about it to start with. Let's look at the side view. And I'm going to say, well, it's going to go up some distance, some arbitrary distance right now. Go back to the top. Now, the extra copies will be added in the array at the rotation of the empty if we set an object offset. So the object offset button is clicked on. I'm going to pick the object, the empty, and now if I change the z rotation of the empty, it will change the z rotation of the succeeding levels. So here I go, and there goes the next step. And it turns out that 25 degrees for this particular geometry, because it depends how wide your step is and how quickly you want to go up. So here I now have two steps, and they're a little too far apart because I wanted the first step to support the next one. And that's not happening, is it? Let's see why not. Oh, I see why. Because I took it clockwise, and I should have taken it counterclockwise. So let's change that. Let's change this rotation to be -25. And let's see now, do they match up? Yeah, they match up now. Because it all depends which way you want your steps to be. And you see how each step is supporting the next one up. They overlap, but that's not a problem. Now we can adjust the z more accurately, and I think the answer is 0.55 because I've done this before. That's pretty good. They overlap, but that won't matter at all. So this has given us two steps the way we like them, and the count is 2, so let's raise it up to 10. And look what we've got. And if we put it into, press the Z key to put it into solid mode, there is a spiral staircase, and everything looks beautiful. And so I'm going to render that, and there it is. That's it. There's really nothing more to it than that, and it's much easier than the other methods I've seen out there. Thank you. Goodbye.